Hey VC, welcome to the channel. I'm Jack. This is Vinyl Martini. Thanks for watching another edition of my channel. Just got back from Vancouver, had a lovely few days with my daughter and her partner Isla. Went to see my sister-in-law Karen, had a great visit, very, very low key. We went over Christmas Day, took the ferry on Christmas morning. Traffic was really light. Traffic was light on the way back, which is not always the case, and had a great time. Of course, I did manage to do some record shopping, my favorite record shop, Apollo Records. I'm going to show those at the end of this video. What else do I have to say? I am going to do another couple of letters for the alphabet thread for Jakob. And Jakob was really nice. He gave me a really great shout out this week featuring my channel. I was sort of hovering around the 394, 395 subscribers. And as a result of Jakob's shout out, I am over 400. I'm at 403 this morning, which was a little goal that I had that I wanted to achieve before marking my 2 years in the vinyl community, which will going to be happening at the end of January. So I think that's about all I have to say. Did that all in less than a minute and a half. So let's start showing some records. I'm going to start showing the letters K and L. So first up, Chris Christopherson, one of my favorite artists. This is Border Lord. Sadly, Chris is not making any new music. I think he's suffering from Alzheimer's. He's living in his plantation in Maui, hiding away. Very sad. Alzheimer's is one of those diseases where you suffer two deaths, really. It's when they get the diagnosis and the mind starts slipping, and then when they pass away. So it's kind of to this. Very sad. I lost my mother to Alzheimer's. So anybody who's going through that, you have my, I'm going to give you a good thought. Terrible, terrible thing. But anyways, Chris Christopherson, Border Lord. I don't know where that fits in, but I think that was recorded in about 1970 or 1971. Next up, here's from my buddy Mike and Brian, T-Cat and the Embryonic Robots, King Crimson, Starless and Bible Black. This is an import on Island. The Great Deceiver, Lament, Will Let You Know, the Night Watch Trio, To the Mincer, of course, on a second side, Starless and Bible Black, and it finishes off with Fracture. Gatefold, date on it. Got to be around 1970, I think. Some Canadiana, Klaatu, the band that the rumor had it was the Beatles reunion. Of course it wasn't, but this is great pop music, proggy pop. Great Canadian band. It's nearly mint copy here. Beautiful. Klaatu, and it's called Sir Army Suit. Of course, can't show a K without showing the Kinks. This is just the Kinks. This is a Kinks compilation on Pi Records. It is a British import. It's got most of their Pi singles on there. This is a great, great comp, and it's in mono. Picked it up for $3.49. The Kinks, I call it the Black Album. And I'm going to show another Kinks record that doesn't get shown on the VC very much, but this is the great Lost Kinks album. Fantastic. Till Death Do Us Part's on here. There Is No Life Without Love, Lavender Hill, Misty Water, Mr. Songbird, When I Turn Off the Living Room Light, etc., etc. Great record. I got it in the cutout bin for probably about $1 or $2. I've had this for ages, and it's on Reprise Records. Moving up to the L's, one of my favorite bands, American bands, Little Feat. This is their second record. Great, great cover art by Neon Park. It's a gatefold. This is another British import. And of course it's got Tripe Face Boogie on it. Willin', Apolitical Blues, Sailing Shoes, Teenage Nervous Breakdown, Cold, Cold, Cold. They're still a little rough around the edges here. They're not, they haven't really got into the full swing of things, but it's a great record. And I would be what I'm trying to say. It would be irresponsible of me not to mention the first cut on side one that nobody ever talks about, but it is what Ben Rankins would call a shed burner. It is called Easy to Slip. Why don't you stream that song? Fantastic song. Really, 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 really kicks ass. Next up, a little bit of a variety here, folks. The Los Gonzo Band. Of course, the Los Gonzo Band spent a lot of time backing up Jerry Jeff Walker back in the mid-70s. Fantastic band from the Austin area. Band members are Robert Livingston, John Inman, Kelly Dunn, Bobby Smith, Michael J. Holman, and of course, Gary P. Nunn, that great songwriter, Gary P. Nunn. And they do a version of London Homesick Blues, which Gary wrote on there. Great version on here. This is the Los Gonzo Band. The late David Lindley, first record. He only recorded 2 albums, I believe. This is called El Rayo X. David Lindley, fantastic guitar player. Of course, he was in Jackson Brown's band for many, many years. He's a session player. He's played with just about everybody in California. Plays all sorts of instruments. Highly recommend this record, and it is on Asylum Records. Some more Canadiana. Band Lighthouse. And this is Thoughts of Moving On. I think it's from about 1970. It's a gatefold on GRT Records. Some great songs on here. Take It Slow, Out in the Country. What Gives You the Right? I'd Be So Happy. I Just Want to Be Your Friend. Rockin' Chair. Great record. Cheap. This is a nice shape. Cost me about $6. Lighthouse. And another Canadian icon we lost this year. Of course, this is the late Gordon Lightfoot. And this is Summertime Dream. And most people are familiar with this record if you like Gordon Lightfoot, because it's got the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald on there. Terrific song. But not the only great song on here. Race Among the Ruins is on here. Summertime Dream, which is a fantastic song. You can always count on Gordon Lightfoot to give you at least 5 great songs on each of his records. So those are the L's. Finished with the L's. Like I said, I went record shopping. Managed to squeeze that in on Wednesday morning, I think. Got a bunch of dollar records and some others. So why don't I just get at it and show you what I got. This is Steve Goodman's album called Somebody Else's Troubles. Fantastic singer-songwriter from Chicago. Of course, he first stumbled across John Prine when Prine was playing in a club. Chris Christopherson was in town, and Steve and Chris are good friends. He dragged Chris down to see John Prine in the club. They got there late, and Prine was just putting away his guitar, but they convinced him to stay late and do the set all over again, and the rest is history. Christopherson helped John Prine get a record deal. This record on its own is fantastic, and if you can just see right here, there is a very, very young John Prine on the cover with Steve. Steve died way too young. Great songwriter. Steve wrote City of New Orleans, his biggest hit, and a number of other great songs that other people recorded. Great songwriter, great singer, Steve Goodman. Dollar. How about Michael Murphy? This is Blue Sky, Night Thunder. It had the hit record Wildfire on it. But I have heard this, I heard this a long time ago. I obviously never owned it. Rest of the record is just fine as well. And perfect shape, $1. This is my first Don Williams album. Don Williams is a country star. Great songwriter, great singer as well. I haven't played this yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Mint shape, man. Great find. I've mentioned this girl before. I don't have any of her solo records, but hey, Mike from MGK got my Jesse Coulter record, my first one. And this is called That's the Way a Cowboy Rocks and Rolls. Of course, Jesse was married to, hold on here. Waylon Jennings, of course. Had a little brain fart there. Haven't listened to this yet, but mint, almost mint. Nice shape. Again, $1. Beautiful Jessie Coulter. Great singer in her own right. And she was a backup singer for Waylon for many years. Found another Chris Christopherson record. I know I just showed Border Lord. I've never seen this out in the wild before. I've got almost every Chris Christopherson record, but I did not have To the Bone. This was recorded in 1981 for $1. A little bit of water damage on the cover, but the record is in fine shape. Was really, really happy to find that. More Canadiana, Murray McLaughlin. JT is just getting into Murray McLaughlin. He's a Canadian folk singer, started around 1969, a fixture on the Toronto and Canadian music scene. He used to do a series of shows in Massey Hall. He probably still does. Great songwriter. Wrote the Farmer's Song. You might recognize that. But I haven't picked up a Murray McLaughlin record in a long time, and this one's called Storm Warning, and for $1, why not? Closely related to Chris Christopherson is his ex-wife, Rita Coolidge. I pick up Rita's records when they are in the bins and they're cheap, and they always are cheap. I don't know why. She's a great singer. Does some great songs on here. Love Has No Pride. We Had It All. Desperados, Waiting for the Train. A Nickel for the Fiddler. And she does a Chris song. She does, a couple of Guy Clark songs. Heaven's Dream is a Mark Minow song. Those might be songwriters that you don't recognize, but they are all fine, skilled musicians. So Rita Coolidge, and it's called Fall Into Spring. Again, for $1, another Maria Muldaur album. This one is in great, great shape. Maria, of course, her best known for her hit Midnight on the Oasis. I don't recognize any of these songs, but I've got about 3 or 4 of her records, and she's a great singer, great voice. Very happy to pick that up. Now, on the more rock side, picked up a copy of Sladest in great shape. I would say it's a VG to VG Plus cover. The record is in mint condition. They always do such a great job. They don't sell anything that's in bad shape in Apollo Records. In Port Coquitlam, by the way, if you're out that way, still has the inner. This is a comp, but I don't see Slade albums very often, so I grab them when I can. It's got Shape of Things to Come, Get Down and Get With It, Cause I Love You, Look What You Done, Take Me Back Home, Mama We're All Crazy Now, Goodbye to Jane, Come On Feel the Noise. Great glam rock band from England that were never that big this side of the pond for some reason. I don't understand that. But look at those boys. They are rock stars, aren't they? And last but not least, don't buy very many live albums, but I do not see this record very often out in the wild. And this is Neil Young and Crazy Horse and Live Rust. Double LP. I've got this on CD. It's just fantastic. The band is just superb. Of course, you've got Neil Young on guitar, Frank Sampedro on guitar and keyboards, Billy Talbot on bass, and behind the drum kit, Ralph Molina. Fantastic set, recorded when 1979. Just great and in fantastic shape with the inner sleeves, of course. Great find. And I got another one. I bought a new release there. They don't sell very many new releases, but I am going to save that for another show. I am in anticipation of Vinyl Tag 2023, and that might be one of the questions that comes up, so I am going to save it for then. Looking forward to Vinyl Tag 2023, that's for sure. I think we all are. So that's all I got for you right now. I am probably going to do another show maybe on New Year's Eve. Going to show you some of the top records that I bought in 2023, and I bought a lot of records. Believe me, I don't know how I'm going to pull pull the top albums out, but I'm going to give it a shot tomorrow, pick them out, and get ready for the show. So thank you so much for, if you're still sticking with me, I'm up the 15-minute mark. If you don't watch my show on New Year's Eve, I want everybody to have a happy New Year's, and don't drink and drive. Stay safe. Till the next time. Cheers, guys.